sunny here. I figure since it is the first day of the new year, 2022, I would do a little kind of like recap, revisit of 2021. Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of YouTubers are doing this, but I got the idea because my fiance Brandon and I were watching our favorite YouTuber, Call Me Kevin, and he did like a review of his year of 2021, and I was like, oh, that's a really great idea. Maybe people would actually like to hear about that, because we grew a lot as like cruisers in this year. It was a huge year of growth for us. We went from being stationary for the last, since we bought the boat in May of 2020, to now we are here in Fort Pierce. I do have a video about our journey from Key Biscayne to Fort Pierce coming soon. We do plan on exploring a little bit of Fort Pierce tomorrow after the winds die down from today. They're supposed to come later tonight. So I wanted to get a little bit of content from that to add into the video. So it will be a couple days before that's done. But yeah, we recently went from Key Biscayne to here, Fort Pierce. And that was just like a huge thing for us, not only from there to here, but from, that was cool, but from Marathon to here. It was huge for us. We spent so much time just in Fort Myers Beach, and then we did the 3-day stint, and then we spent a year and a month in Boot Key, just kind of working on the boat, working on our own comfort with moving the boat, actually working. I spent, we spent a year and a month in Boot Key. I spent about half of that working at a restaurant as a hostess and server. I wanted to work part-time, but I ended up working full-time, and I spent a lot of hours just at the restaurant and making money, which was great. But it took a lot out of me, and it just made me really tired, and we didn't take the boat out as often because I was just so tired and drained all the time, because restaurant work is difficult, and especially now where in the middle of a pandemic a lot of people can't work or are scared to work. They don't want to get the virus. A lot of people are quitting their jobs. So I spent a lot of time at the restaurant helping them out. It was fun. I made a lot of really good friends. I enjoy working with the public. I like talking to people. I like just connecting with people like that. I used to be an introvert when I was younger, but just as I've worked in the service industry, I've become more and more of an extrovert. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it, because I really like talking to people, as you can tell, because I just talk into a camera. But yeah, Brandon spent a lot of time working with Diesel Dawn in Boot Key Harbor, learning a lot about boats in general and diesels especially, which has come in super handy. It also helps that he can fix just about anything already, and if he can't fix it, he can learn how to, like that. So that was really great. We spent a lot of time working, both like actually working and working on our boats. We spent a lot of time working, but in between working, we were doing a lot of work on the boat. I have a video, I think it's a couple videos back, called A Year of Living in Your Workspace, like working in a tiny boat. Our boat's only 27 foot, if you haven't seen my previous videos. We're on a 27 foot Alvin Vega, super small space. Anytime you do work, you can't really like escape the work. It's not like when you do work in a house, like if you're working on one room, you can kind of hang out in the other room. This boat only has one room. It has a V-berth and a cabin and a cockpit, but it's only 27 foot of space, and that's 27 from bow to stern, not 27 of livable space. So yeah, we did a lot of work on the boat. Lithium batteries, redid the solar, redid all of the electrical, new cushions, installed a freezer. I think that was this year. That might have been last year. I think that was this year. Yeah, just a whole load of stuff that I went into more detail on a previous video. And we've got a whole load more of stuff that we are hoping to tackle either this year or next year. So as I was saying, we spent a year and a month in Boot Key, which was a year longer than we intended to spend, but we enjoyed it, made a lot of really great friends, met a lot of really cool people, learned a lot. But the year was starting to come to an end. It was around November and we were still in Boot Key. And we were like, oh my God, we cannot end this year in Boot Key. It's a wonderful place, but can't do it anymore. So if you've been watching my videos, you know that in November we left Boot Key. It was great. We had a wonderful, it's been mostly motoring up the ICW from Boot Key to Islamorada to, from Boot Key to Grassy Key to Islamorada to Key Largo and then to Key Biscayne. And we spent about a month in Key Biscayne because our dinghy motor went completely kaput and we needed to resupply on stuff. Can't really resupply on stuff if your dinghy motor's not working. But while in Key Biscayne, we met some very wonderful, lovely people who helped us out a ton. Our dinghy wasn't working and they actually took us back and forth to shore a couple times to get groceries. They took us out to get sushi at the most amazing sushi restaurant most amazing restaurant that I've ever been to. I touched on this again in another video, but another shout out to Origin Asian Bistro and Sushi. If you're ever in Key Biscayne, check them out. Really good food, great service, cheap. Yeah, huge food portions, freaking awesome. But yeah, we met some really great people there. They were super awesome. They helped us out a lot. I really look forward to meeting them again in the future and who knows where, because that's the great thing about cruising is even though you end up leaving a lot of people behind, you end up finding them again in the most random of places. Actually, while we were in Key Biscayne, we met up with one of my old coworkers who I knew from Marathon, and they'd left forever ago. And we met up because they were going south and we were going north. So that was cool. You just meet people and you re-meet people and you meet new people and it's great. So yeah, 2021 was about learning how to live on the boat, learning how to be comfortable on the boat, learning how to sail the boat, learning how to motor the boat, learning how to fix our diesel, fix our outboard, install batteries, solar, learning the electrical. Yeah, just learning, because being comfortable on the boat really is like the most important thing, because it's where you live, it's your mode of transportation. You spend so much time on your boat that being comfortable, especially in this small of a space, living with me, my fiance, and our huge cat, is super important. Because like I said, you spend most of your time on the boat. You don't, especially during a pandemic, you're not like running around, and it's expensive to run around on land. It's free to be on anchor. So yeah. Speaking of comforts, another thing we did in 2021 is we got a deck sprayer that we now use as a shower until we can install a like pressurized shower, because that is on the list of things that we would like to do. That has been a game changer. As you know, I shaved my head. If you go watch the video that I mentioned earlier, A Year in Life, New Workspace, I had long hair, longish hair, longer than it is now. I shaved my head because for a while we did not have freshwater showering capabilities. We could like sponge bath and stuff, but like it was mostly showering in the ocean, which is nice. But as we were going further up the Keys and then the Florida mainland, the water was less and less clear, not quite as clean. So we needed freshwater showering capabilities because yeah, water's not as pretty. Can't really see into the water too well. Yeah, it's not that it's like dirty, but it's definitely more sedimenty, more salty, more sandy. So we got that. That was a game changer. I ended up shaving my head before that because like I said, it was all salt water, and salt water is not great for your hair. It makes it just feel salty all the time. Yeah, but ended up doing that. So 2022, probably gonna grow my hair out again. I've shaved it before. It grows really fast. I was like almost completely bald like a week ago, and it's already like super fuzzy. But yeah. Yeah, just figured I'd do a little rewind of kind of how 2021 was. It was a huge year of growth for us, both as people and sailors and cruisers, living on the boat, figuring out how to live on the boat, how to move the boat, we have gone from staying in one spot for a year at a time to being on the move. Except Key Biscayne, we did stay there for a month, but it's because of dinghy issues. Every other time we've moved on within a couple days. It's been really fun. The best part about living on a boat is that wherever you drop anchor is home, because your home comes with you. So you don't have to worry about hotels or cars or any of that. Your home is your mode of transportation, and then your tiny dinghy, which is back there somewhere, can't really see it right now, your dinghy is your transportation from your home to the mainland. So yeah, we also bought a new dinghy motor because Brandon rebuilt this motor somewhere back there. Yeah, there it is, this motor. But we want to back up because it really sucked being stuck on the boat at Key Biscayne, not really able to do anything. If we're ever somewhere where we don't know someone, or we can't make friends, or for whatever reason, you don't want to be stuck on the boat because that just gets hard quick. Because it's really important to be able to get off the boat and stretch your legs, But yeah, all in all, 2021 was difficult, as it was for everyone, I assume, because life got weird in 2020, stayed weird in 2021. It's probably going to continue to be weird in 2022. But honestly, life's always weird. It's just different types of weird. So here's to hoping 2022 is amazing for all of you who watch our videos and for all of you who don't watch our videos. Full of growth and positive change. And yeah, here's to hoping that we get going, make it moving, because we have a lot of plans for 2022. We're going to head up to, we're on our way to Titusville right now so that we can once again go back to work. We're gonna see my family, who I haven't seen in a couple years at this point. We are going to, after we work for a bit, we're going to give Moondance a makeover and refit because she needs and deserves it. So Brandon is actually going to come talk to y'all about the refits that we are planning to do to Moondance. So yeah, you get to see him this time. That's exciting.
So our goals for 2022 are mainly related to comfort and us not having to do major projects while we're on the go. Or while we're staying on the boat. We're hopefully going to haul out and get most of these things done while we're able to stay with family so that we don't have fiberglass all over our bed like the last time we did a fiberglass project. The top two being the water maker and the pressure water. That way we can get a shower on the boat regardless of where we are, and if we're in clean water we don't have to rely on, a water hose. We need to get the through holes done and the bottom paint done, so we definitely need to haul out for those things. We want to pull everything out of the inside of the boat. I mean, the bulkheads, fridge, freezer, everything that we normally live with, and grind it all back to bare fiberglass and paint it and insulate what needs to be insulated. I want to redo the solar arch because right now it's stainless steel, and the way the previous owners had it, when we added our new solar panels, it made it a little bit flimsy because they're a little bit heavier supporting the lithium system. We want to get a roller furling because I got a sail locker that I want to clean out. That means less sails. We definitely want a second bilge pump just for the security reasons of having a second bilge pump in case the first one fails. I mean, we have a manual one and we have our automatic one, but other than that, that's pretty much it. We're gonna build a dedicated litter box from Mocha so that it's just not laying on the floor in the middle of the boat. I'm gonna shove it in a locker and cut a hole in it for him to go in and out, and probably make a little plastic insert that'll come out that we can scoop. We've got a diesel heater that we're gonna put in that we haven't needed in Florida, but if we get done with all this and decide to go north, we will definitely need it. There are some holes in the deck that had like a fan for the previous head that doesn't work anymore, so we need to pull that out and we need to patch those holes up. I want a bow roller for our new anchor because the anchor is heavy and it's hard to pick up over the bow pulpit. So I'd rather just pull it up and it kind of snap in place. It's not so heavy that we need a windlass yet. I can still pull it up and that's all fine and dandy, but I would definitely like a bow roller so I don't have to bend over the side and actually pick the anchor up and put it on the bow pulpit. I want to get some lazy jacks, again, to go with the roller furling, because if we make it easier to sail, the more likely we are to put the sails up, even in light winds, because it's easier to take down. We need a chart plotter, because I don't like relying on our phones for navigation. I mean, we do have paper charts, but we don't pull them out very often. It'd be nice to just have a dedicated chart plotter that's up on the bulkhead that we can just look at any time. The bulkhead needs to be replaced. It's got a little bit of rot in it that needs to be pulled out, and one of the convenient things about the Alvin Vega is our bulkhead just bolts in, so we should just be able to undo a couple of bolts and pull it out and replace it with a new one. When we do that, we're probably going to take the mast down, because that's where all the mast pressure goes. And while that's down, I've got a design for a cantilever mast that we're hopefully going to be able to get in, so we can raise and lower the mast at wheel. That'll make bridges nice and easy, and would have made this trip a whole hell of a lot easier. But yeah. And then the rigging, we want to take and redo the rigging, because while our forestay and our backstay have been replaced and are new, the other stays have not, and I'm thinking about going synthetic with those. That way I can maintenance them myself and replace them myself if I have to, but that's going to require some education on my part. And then we have a diesel blower for the diesel engine that I want to put in to kind of just suck some cold air into that area and blow the hot air out. Not because we had any issues with it, but when you open up that engine compartment, it's a little warm in there, and I just think for peace of mind, it'd make me happier to have that engine room cooler. So I'm gonna put a nice 12-volt blower in there, and it's gonna blow all that hot air out of the back end of the boat. Yeah, so those are all of our non-negotiable projects for the boat for 2022. Oh, and my light went out on my compass, so I'd really like to get that fixed so that I can see the compass in the dark without a flashlight and ruining my night vision. But yeah, other than that, that's, I think, all of the projects that we want done for 2022, so that we're not off somewhere trying to do some major project. It's all just gonna be maintenance from there on out. I mean, if something breaks or something goes wrong, the reality of like trying to fix up a 27-foot boat while you're on the move is kind of an unrealistic expectation, and we've tried to do it for a year, and we've realized that it just takes more than you're physically able to do on a 27-foot boat living in the same space.
Yeah, so those are our non-negotiables and what we plan to do in 2022. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for subscribing and liking and commenting and everything, because I super appreciate it. Brandon super appreciates it. The cat totally appreciates it. He told me. But yeah, thank you. These videos are a lot of fun to make, and I enjoy talking to y'all through YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all the questions you have. I love answering them. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I'll try to get to them. I have the YouTube studio thing, so now I can actually keep track of who comments when, so I don't have to like keep scrolling through all the videos to see if someone commented, because I did miss a couple comments on some of the first videos I posted because of that. But I fixed that problem, and now I see the comments as they come. So I'm getting a lot better at answering them on YouTube, because before it was mostly TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling. As always, again, thank you. I hope you'll have a wonderful year, and thank you so much for watching us. Thanks.